In this video, I'm going to show you step-by-step instructions on how to replace the charging port on the Samsung S25 Ultra. Just to show you, it's intermittently charging. It started off with the liquid damage thing, but long and short of it is that this customer is having problems charging their Samsung S25 Ultra. To start off the repair, I've got it on the hot plate set to 85 degrees Celsius, and I'm going to place it face down. If it's not got a screen protector on it, I would strongly suggest putting some tape on it while you're facing down. It's just a lot better. So just put a bit of packaging tape over the front screen just to protect it whilst you're doing the repair, and you've got it face down on the desk. Once it is suitably heated, you can use a suction cup, and I always put it at the bottom third of the device. In fact, put it as close to the bottom as possible, because what we're going to do now, I'm going to lift up with the suction cup, add a couple of drops of isopropyl alcohol onto it, and then begin lifting up. And you can see it comes away quite easily. Once you've got a little gap opened up, then you can insert the guitar pick. It's just a nylon pick, and continue running the pick and alcohol along the edge like that, and the rest of it should come away pretty easily in this case. Just take your time with this, because you don't want to crack that glass and you don't want to damage it. Although these have become increasingly flexible over the last few years, and it's not very often that we damage these anymore, luckily, because the price of them has gone up. Anyway, now that we're into it, let's move it over to the workbench where we can finish the repair. So now that we're on the workbench, I'm going to take the electric screwdriver, and it's going to look counterproductive because the charge port's obviously down here. But because I wasn't able to turn this device off, I want to disconnect the power. So I'm going to remove these screws just here. I think this is the first time that I've been inside a S25 Ultra. And as always, it looks pretty cool. Albeit the same as previous generations of Samsung phones. Now that those screws are removed, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this little connector here, and then lift up this little shield. That's going to give us access to the battery, which is, I'm going to guess, this guy just here. Like I say, it's the first time I've been in one of these, but it looks a lot like a battery connector from other models. With that disconnected, we're going to move down to the bottom of the phone now, and we'll use the electronic screwdriver with a crosshead bit attached to remove these six crosshead screws. As always, some stick to the screwdriver, some stick to the phone. That's just how the Samsungs go. That's a prime example. One thing that I've also forgotten to do, which I always forget to do, is pop out the SIM tray. So just make sure before you start trying to remove that charging port that you take that SIM tray out, because it's not going to work if you don't. Right, with that removed, SIM tray out, there's a suitable prime point just here. Just lift it up, give it a little wiggle, the rest of it should follow. And then pull the wireless charging coil out of the way. It's only stuck down on these edges, look. There's a little bit of like a sensor here, what's stuck down, and then just a bit of adhesive. That can go now. I don't know if that's just like a little hall sensor for the S Pen, but it's out of the way now. Disconnect this connector here, this connector just here, and then there are 3 more crosshead screws holding down this charge port. Samsung really didn't want this guy to move. So with those 3 out of the way, we can lift it up like that and get that charging port out of there. And then this thing, it can go. I'll just have a little look at it just to see if there's any. I think it probably, yeah, I think it has just got wet. I can't see anything. We've already tried to clean this. That's the first step that we always do. Like, you could take it out and give it another good clean, but it's not going to do it. It's just going to not work again. So we've got a new genuine charging port. Make sure you remove any little blue films or stickers that are attached to it. That one was just on the back of it there. And it's literally just a case of dropping the new part in where the old one was, reconnecting these little connectors here, make sure that they snap together and clip down properly, And then we've got those 3 crosshead screws to go back into place. Then we can reconnect the battery. And then, I mean, you could reconnect the battery first, or you could stick this down first. It doesn't really matter the order. But we'll go for the loudspeaker next and the 6 screws that held it down. If you like the look of this little electronic screwdriver, or big electronic screwdriver that we've got, I will leave a link in the description for it below. And I'll also let me try to link some parts for this one. The issue that I have when I've linked parts in the past is that they link to trade-only accounts, because that's where we get them from. If you want me to link AliExpress links where we get a little kickback, then I can do that too. But obviously bear in mind that it may not be an accurate representation of the part that we used in the video. Continue with this metal shield up the top. Make sure that it clips down and is sat flush. As with like any shield that you install on a phone, you've just got to make sure that it clips in. So those bits what we unstuck, just make sure that they stick back down now. And then I'm going to go back over to the heat mat and I'll explain why in a moment. So I'm putting it on the heat mat, and the reason is because we need to remove the adhesive of this. I've said in other videos what I've done, that it's a good idea to do it whilst it's warm, but I forgot on this occasion in all honesty. So I'm just going to do it now. For these edges, the way that it came off, I'm talking about the back cover now, by the way. The way that the back cover came off, it left no adhesive. All the adhesive is stuck to that, so we're going to peel that off. Some people choose to recycle that adhesive. For me, it's not my cup of tea. I'll replace it with a real deal seal. So I'm just using the spinny glue removal tool, and that's just getting rid of any leftover adhesive, sticky stuff. The thick of it is what I'm talking about. You don't remove every single piece of it, but it does a pretty good job of getting the majority of that adhesive off of there. Same with this little spinny tool. I'll try and find a suitable link for an AliExpress one. I like AliExpress links because generally, if I do an Amazon one, it'll be an Amazon.co.uk one, and it may not be available in the States or in other countries, whereas AliExpress, generally, most parts are available worldwide. Now that I've done my Mr. Worldwide speech, that's pretty clean. I'm going to now pull over this bit, and we're going to peel off all this adhesive that's left behind. I've just been talking about cutting nails, and I could have done with a little bit of length on the nails there just to get that adhesive started, but I cut them all off last night. Don't know if that's too much information for my YouTube viewers, but not to worry. Now that that's removed, just go again with the just peeling off anything that's left behind, and yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's go back to the bench and stick it all back together. So as always, I did of course forget to put the SIM card back in, but I've just noticed it as I've come to the bench. I'm not going to give you instructions on how to install the SIM tray, just a reminder not to forget it. So now that that's in, we have got one of these little seal kits. Can you believe that these are, let me tell you, they're about £6. Okay, so it weren't quite £6, it's about £5. It comes with the adhesive seal, and you get some screws, which is not required for this one because we didn't lose any. So they'll go in a little tray that I've got accumulating. And then the part cost as well, just because I've looked it up just now, that came in at £13.70 plus VAT, so plus 20% on that is about £2.60 extra, is it? So about what, 15 quid plus the £5, £20 in parts, 20 minutes of time, and I think that we charge 60 quid for the repair, so £59.99 is our charge on that one. So you dissect that as you will. I know somebody's always got a comment to make about pricing, but I feel as though being transparent and telling you guys, maybe I'll do that in future videos. Tell me if you want to know how much things cost. tell you something that I'll give my opinion. I don't often give my opinion on these videos. I spit straight facts. I don't like this colourway. Titanium and black. It almost looks like it's, yeah, or it's had the wrong colour back cover being put on. I'm guessing with this original sticker that it's not. But yeah, not my cup of tea on the colourway. I think that they're some camera protectors, what they've got on them. Not sure. Anyway, obviously before, it was intermittently charging. Let's turn it on. Plug it in. Make sure we've got power on. Make sure the phone turns back on. There we go. It's turning on. It was just having a little moment to think, I suppose. Yeah, remove this. The screen protector was broken already, by the way, guys. And then just give it a little clean up, and job is done. Finished. Ready to go back to our customer. We include 12 months warranty with that. Fast charging, 78%, nearly full. Magic. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.